Going on, YouTube? Back with another video. I just want to say thank you for everybody who watched my last video. Um, it was really vulnerable to show just that footage. That was my first workout video that I've really posted in a long time. When I was younger, I used to post a lot on my Instagram page. It's a lot of me just working out and just putting motivational text under the actual videos. But I decided to just actually make a video, and it was fun making the video. It was fun just clipping everything together again, just editing and just pulling out the parts that really just bring out the most emotion. So I really thank anybody who watched that video, and if you got anything out of it, that is just the point of the whole thing. Just to bring inspiration and motivation in a time where things seem uncertain, in a time where things seem like they're not going as planned, or a time where it seems like, truthfully, like there's no hope. Like, I feel like on these journeys and on these paths, whatever we're doing, I just feel like sometimes you're going through something, and even if it's just like a goal or a personal endeavor, I just feel like sometimes you're going through those things and it's a point where it's just like, is this even gonna work out? Like, you're just asking yourself, like, is this even worth it at this point? Like, you've put in so much energy towards it, you put in so much effort, you put in so much sacrifice toward it. And the point of the video, when I was talking about the comparison, you might be seeing other people going through something similar as you, and they might be seeing results quicker than you, but everybody has a different situation, everybody has a different journey, and it really can go for anything. Like, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're an artist, like with music, it's hard to get that traction that you want sometimes. But I feel like the thing is, you just gotta stay in your lane. Like I was saying in the video, just gotta stay in your lane and just know that if you're true to your process, then I feel like your process will be true to you. And we're all on different journeys. So I think if you just tune in with yourself and really believe in what you're doing, I feel like, your process can work out for you. I just want to say thank you for anybody who watched it. I gained a new subscriber, so whoever that is, I just want to say thank you to you as well. But yeah, it was tough making that, because the day that I made that video, like that week was just so tough. Like, I had the whole shoot set up, but I was like, I don't even want to do this right now, because I'm not even feeling how I want to. Like, I want to present myself in the best shape possible, but sometimes that's just not how the world works. Like, sometimes, not even sometimes, it's gonna happen, but you're gonna have to show up regardless of how you're feeling, regardless of what's going on. Like, you have to show up. And it is important to rest, to, especially just with the body, it's important to rest, but it's important to do the things that make your body feel better. So like with working out, mobility, flexibility, things of that nature, eating the right food, eating the proper food, things like that. So now I just want to clip back to an important part of the video that I really just wanted to go over and just speak about. A good way to answer these questions is being real with yourself. Now, this is training footage of me last week. And during this week, this is something that I was forced to do. I was forced to be truthful with myself. I had to ask myself real questions. Where are the places in my life that I need to improve? How do I need to improve my nutrition? How do I need to improve my sleep, my rest, my workout strategy? Am I overtraining? These are real things that I had to ask myself. But when you're truthful with yourself, it's different from beating yourself up. Being truthful with yourself doesn't mean being your own bully. And when you're rebuilding, it's easy to do this because you're comparing yourself to what you used to be. You're comparing yourself to other people. It's easy to say, I've done all I can. I'm too tired. I'm too busy. It's easy to quit. Okay, so as you can see in that point of the video, I was talking about being truthful with yourself and just being honest with yourself in certain aspects of, your process and just whatever journey you're going through. So the reason why I played that back is, that really was something that I was dealing with through that week. Really just asking myself a bunch of questions, because I felt like I was just hitting a block, like I wasn't improving and really felt like I was declining on some things. But I was asking myself so many questions. And one thing that I thought about after I made that video, I said that I was asking myself about my workout strategy. I was asking myself about my sleep schedule, how I was resting, asking myself about how I was eating. But one thing that I thought about after I made that video is just about, I had to ask myself, where is my faith at right now? Where's my faith at with the whole thing? Am I really trusting in God? And am I trusting in this journey? Am I believing in myself? Like, is this something that I'm really believing in right now? Or am I just showing up and going through the motions? So it's a mental aspect as well as just the physical aspect. You have to get yourself right mentally, because if you're not in a mental space to do certain things, then, you're not going to perform how you want to perform, and your body's not going to be able to move how you want it to move. And that was just something that dawned on me after I made that video, because, it really is something where you have to have faith with all of this, because, it's easy to try to do it all on your own. And I struggle with that a lot. Like, I just try to do things on my own, but you can't do things on your own all the time. Like, sometimes it's only so much you can do. It's only so much that you can produce. Like, sometimes you just have to let go and let God take over the situation. So I just wanted to throw that in there just because that's just something that I was thinking about, and I just feel like that it's really important to just realize that, especially if you're going through a real struggle in your life, because these struggles aren't easy. None of this stuff is easy. It's not easy showing you guys this. Even on one of my videos, when I spoke about lifting again, even just speaking about it is a lot different than what actually goes on after I turn off the camera, after I get done shooting all those videos. Like, it's the real life part can get tough, but I feel like it's really about your perspective. I feel like perspective is really an interesting thing. And I feel like nothing happens by accident, but I had 2 different situations where somebody was speaking to me about perspective today. And one was just a random YouTube video, and I forget the guy's name, but he was giving a TED Talk. And on the TED Talk, he was saying that the mind can't process negativity. But he was saying that basically what you focus on is what will grow. So he said, whatever you do, don't think of an elephant. And I know if you're watching, you probably just thought of an elephant. You probably just had an elephant just cross your mind, like the trunk, the feet, everything, the ears. Like, you probably thought of an elephant. And even me speaking like this, there's no way that you can't think of an elephant right now. So he was giving an example of people on skis, and they were skiing down a slope, and they're going through a path where there's trees, and if the skiers are going down that path, and when they're going down that path, they're saying, don't run into the tree, don't run into the tree, they're probably going to run into the tree because that's all they're thinking about. Now, if they're going down that path and they're saying in their mind, just focus on the path, focus on the path, they're just going to be focusing on that path in front of them. So, I just really thought that was interesting, and I really thought that was true, because if you think back on just some of your own situations where you caused your own self to fail, or you caused your own self to have a shortcoming because all you could think about was the negative instead of focusing on the actual task at hand. And I've done that so many times in my life, but it's so hard to really catch yourself when you're doing those things. I feel like when you're doing it, it's hard to really catch yourself. I'm trying to figure out how to really handle that. But I feel like how to handle it is basically what he said, is just focus on the task at hand, focus on the outcome that you want, focus on the path ahead. Don't focus on everything else that's around you. Focus on what's in front of you, and you can be aware of what's around you, but you can't let that be your focus. Because if you're aware of everything else around you and not what's in front of you, you're gonna be focused on the wrong thing. And then what else happened today was I was just getting some food, and all day, like, I've been cold. Like, since it's fall time now, it's starting to get cold, and I'm just not used to the cold. I never really liked the cold. Like, I like Thanksgiving time, I like Christmas time, I love spending time with my family. And I like when the snow hits the ground, but it's just that initial, when it starts getting cold, I don't really like that. And I really wasn't prepared because all I had was a windbreaker on. But when I went into the restaurant to get my food, I saw the lady who I always talk to when I get the food, and I was shivering when I was speaking to her, and I was telling her, like, it's so cold today, like, it's so cold. And it was cold in the restaurant too, and she was like, yeah, it is cold today. And as I'm getting my food throughout the line, we're just talking about the weather and everything, and I was shivering, and she was like, she said, with the body, when you're shivering, your body is trying to all right, my phone is running out of storage, man. But what she was saying was, when you're shivering, your body is trying to make itself warm because you're moving. You're trying to move and get that heat. your body's trying to wake up. But she also said, as you're doing that, your body is giving off heat at the same time. But what she said was, what it really is, it's all perspective. And what that really reminded me of is just all the times where I took cold baths and I would be in the shower with the cold water running on me. And it just really reminded me of that. And I was like, man, spending like 15 minutes in the cold tub or just taking a cold shower early in the morning, it just really kind of reminded me of, yeah, maybe it is all in the mind. Like maybe I'm just shivering because I keep saying I'm cold, like it's so cold today. Like that's all I've been saying all earlier today, like from when I stepped outside all the way to that lunch break. And even a little bit after I left the restaurant, but the whole time I was just saying, I'm so cold today, and I was shivering so much. But when she said that and I started thinking about the cold baths and the cold showers, I was like, you know what, maybe she's right, because in those times when I did that, and if anybody else has ever done that, you know that when you're in that, in the tub, you have to take your mind to a different place. And sometimes you do it so much that you're used to it already, but you really have to go somewhere else. You can't just be sitting there like, oh my gosh, I'm cold, I gotta get out. Because the whole time you're just gonna be miserable in that tub. But if you really just change your perspective and just focus on what you want, like, then maybe the things will change around you. Or maybe you won't be as cold, So both of those situations go hand in hand, and you can take it however you want. But I really feel like that really, like just those two random occurrences, like first I went into the restaurant and then I saw that video. I just feel like both of those really just, I just feel like those things were meant to happen today. So there may be something in your life where you have to change your perspective on. Something might not be as bad as you think it is, or there might be a situation where you're waiting on something, or you're slowly progressing to the goals that you want in your life. Maybe you've been frustrated or impatient about something. Like maybe if you just change your perspective on a certain issue in your life or situation, maybe you might realize like it might not be as bad as what it seems. And even if it is as bad as what it seems, maybe there's an important lesson and an important learning opportunity that's coming from that. So, I just wanted to share that today. And I really feel like I should make another video about that, like about perspective, because that it really just was like one of those things that you think about throughout the day, like, man, like maybe she's right. And I feel like those things don't happen by accident. So that's really what I wanted to talk about today. Like I said earlier in the video, I do want to just thank anybody who watched the video that I posted earlier this week, and I just hope that you got something out of it. I hope it helped you in some sort of way, So I just wanted to share that tonight, and I am looking to post another video like that soon. Basically a video where all of this started. So just this whole journey that I first started documenting. And I didn't start this YouTube up. I started this YouTube up during COVID, but I didn't really start posting videos till about earlier this year in February. And this is something I wanted to do for a while, and you just get away from things, you doubt things, but I feel like in this point in time, I just feel like sharing my story to the world. So that video is coming soon, and it goes over just the surgeries that I had and just the process of that first 4 months that I had surgery. And it really, I really had to just watch those videos back, because I would just be watching those videos year after year after year and just been like, man, like I want to post these things so bad, but sometimes you just stop yourself. And like I was saying earlier, if the perspective changes, I feel like your situation will change, because you're thinking about it in a totally different way. So that video will be coming soon, and I just hope that you guys are getting something out of this. All that being said, I'll talk to you guys next time.